Subscribe the Shubham's tutorials points and press the bell icon to get the latest updates related to graphic designing and animation.
Hi guys, this is Shubham and this is my second tutorial on Photoshop. In this tutorial, I will share some basic knowledge that what is a lock sign and how to use that lock sign, and what is a smart object and how to use that smart object, and some basic tools like move tool for moving an image from one place to another, or selecting the image, and some different tools for selecting an image like rectangular tool or elliptical marquee tool or lasso tool or magnetic lasso tool. And I will also explain that what is the difference between the lasso tool and a magnetic lasso tool. In this tutorial, I will give all these knowledge, so watch till the end. And if you don't watch my last tutorial, in which I was give some knowledge on basic commands like how to open an image and how to change a foreground color and how to change a background color, or how to place an image in the previously open image, then please watch that first and then come to this video. So let's start.
So here we will open our Photoshop. Now we will open an image. Press Ctrl plus O to open an image. Now I'll select one image. I'll select this one. Okay, now press open. Now here you can see the image will be open. Now here in the layer section you'll see a small lock sign icon. Here the means of this lock sign is that if we want to edit this image, like we want to change the background or change anything else in this image, then we cannot change that image or can't edit that image, because the lock sign indicate that we cannot edit the image. Firstly, we will have to remove this lock sign. To remove this lock sign, we have to double click on this layer like this, and here a dialog box open. Here the name you can also change the name of that layer. Now here I'll change this as a model. Okay. Now in the next option is our color. Here we can give the color, layer color like red, orange, yellow, but we will keep it as none. Okay. Now here are some different modes like normal, dissolve, darken, multiply, color burn, and so on. Here there are different types of modes, but I'll explain these all types of modes in the next tutorials. Okay. Now here is the next option is our opacity. We can also change it as like if we have to change like 50%. Now see that what will happen. Okay. Now press OK. Now here you can see the layer name changes as background to model, and you can't see the our image now because its opacity is 50%. Now we have to increase the opacity, so we go here and click and increase the opacity as 100%. Okay, now you can edit this image because the lock sign has gone from here. Okay, now sometimes you'll see a small icon on the image thumbnail, but in this there is no icon. Now if we want that icon, then what to do? Go to the file and press open as a smart object. Now I'll choose this image. Okay, now I'll open. Here you can see a smart object is there is a small icon in this image thumbnail. Okay, now this icon is basically a smart object. A smart object indicate that if we resize this image 5 or 4 times by using Ctrl plus T, then the image goes blur. Okay, if we want that the image does not go on blur, then we have to open an image as a smart object. If there is no smart object, then what to do? We right click on the layer and press as convert to smart object. Now here you can see a small icon has come as which is indicate that it is a smart object. If we have to remove the smart object, if we do not remove that smart object, then we cannot edit that image and we cannot change the background and change anything else. Then we have to remove that smart object. For removing that smart object, right click on the layer and press rasterize layer. Okay, press this option, rasterize layer. Now you can see that the smart object has gone. There are some multiple options to make an image as a smart object. The first option is that we select the layer and then press the right click button and then convert to smart object. And the next option is that we go to the file and press open as a smart object. The image will automatically open as a smart object. Okay, now this is the basic knowledge of the smart object and what is a lock sign button indicates. Now coming to the tool section, here we will have different tools and all these tools have different uses. Okay, now the first one tool is our shape tool, which is used for selection. Okay, now I'll open another image like this one, this one. Okay, now I'll open this image. When will you open an image, you will see a lock sign which indicates that you cannot edit. Firstly, we will have to remove that lock sign. Okay, now double click on this layer and press OK. Now you will see that the lock sign has gone. Now we can edit that image. Okay, now the first option in our tool section is the rectangular marquee tool. If there are different shapes in this toolbox, a rectangular marquee tool or a eclipse marquee tool and a single row marquee tool or single column marquee tool. There are different uses in these this tool. Okay, now if we select the rectangular marquee tool and we want that we have to remove this part of the image, then firstly we have to select that part. For selecting that part, we will use the rectangular marquee tool and select that part. Okay, now first click on the corner and then drag the mouse without okay, now drop it here like this. Now if we have to remove this part, then we press shift plus delete to remove that part. Now if we want that we do not want to remove that part, then we do control plus alt plus Z for undo the option, and we have to deselect that part. Then we press the control plus D for deselection. Okay, now this is the use of the rectangular marquee tool. If we get the shapes in a circle form or in an ellipse form, then we will use the elliptical marquee tool for selecting a ellipse object like this. Like we have to remove the face of that man. Okay, now first we select that face and press shift plus delete for remove that part. Okay, this is the basic information of these tools, a rectangular tool or an elliptical tool. Okay, now the same use as a single row tool. You can make a line like this. I want that only this part of the image. Then we place a line and that remove then part. And same as vertical single column marquee tool, like this one. Here I want this line from here, and we will just make two parts of this image. Now the next tool is our, firstly we will deselect that parts. Okay, now the next tool in our toolbox is the move tool. Move tool is basically used for moving an image or moving a selecting part. If we select a part and we have to move that part into the another file, then we will use the move tool. Okay, now here I want that this image is come in this corner. Okay, now we have to move that image, so we will firstly select that image and then select the move tool, then we will move this image like this. It's basically work as a drag and drop function, like this, and drop it here. Now if we press Ctrl plus T for resizing the image, we want that image in bigger form, then we resize it. Firstly press Ctrl plus T, and when you will resize the image, then press Alt plus Shift for resizing the image equally from up to down and from left to right. Okay, now if we have done by resizing, then press enter to remove this transform. Okay, first now it will be done. Now press enter, or we will click here. Okay, now here it is like this. Now we can again move that image anywhere else. Okay, now this is the basic use of the move tool. Okay, now the next tool in our toolbox is the selection tools. In selection tools there are three types of tools. First one is the lasso tool, second is polygon lasso tool, and the third one is the magnetic lasso tool. Okay, now first we will discuss some properties of the lasso tool. Okay, we will open a simple image like I'll open this image. Okay, watercolor. Okay, now here firstly we zoom in this image, and we have to select only this part of that image. We'll from lasso tool we will do like this. First click on that part. We want to select that part like this. It will automatically detect the edges, but not so well. Okay, now if we want that part, want to edit in this part, then we will do again, we will add this one like this. Now if by chance we will select this part again and we have to remove this part, then we will do this, then we will select this option. This is basically subtract the selection, and this is adding the selection, and this is intersect the selection. We will go through this option and select that part to select that part which we have to remove. Now I'll select this and remove that part. Now again and again we have to go this option section and we have to select that again and again. Now there is another option that we have not go to this section. Firstly we will select that part like this. We will select this part. Okay, now if we want that part in this, then we will again select that part and all. and by chance I'll select this one also, but I don't want this part. Then what to do? Then we do not go to this option. We have to just press Alt and then selecting that part which we have to remove. Okay, now you're done. Then leave the Alt button. Okay, now the next tool in our toolbox is the Marquee lasso tool. Polygon lasso tool. Polygon lasso tool is basically used for images which has like a rectangular shape or a triangle shape, which we have the lines and we have to select that lines. Okay, like in our previous image, like this one image, and we have to select this part by using a polygon lasso tool. Then we will first click on the corner and just drag it here and drop here. Okay, now again we will go to this part, this corner, and then you will select this part, and here you will select this part and go to the starting point and join the start and ending point, and it will automatically select that part, and we can now delete that part by using Shift plus Delete keyword. Okay, now here you can see that the part is removed from our image. Okay, now the next option in this is magnetic lasso tool. It is quite different from the lasso tool. Magnetic lasso tool is basically, it's similar to the lasso tool, but it has some difference. It has more options than lasso tool, like it has a width option which we do not have in the lasso tool, contrast option and the frequency option. Now what's the use of these options in this tool? Now the width option sets the distance of the cursor from the edge of the area you are selecting. Okay, it is basically used for it set the distance between the edge and the cursor. If we increase the width option, then it will increase the distance between the cursor and the edges. Okay, like you can see, you will not see this in this image. I'll take another image, like I'll take I'll select this one. Okay, now open this image. Here first we will zoom in this image and remove the lock sign. Double click on the layer and press OK. Now if we have to select only this black portion, then we will select the lasso tool by using magnetic lasso tool. It will automatically detect the edges. You have to just drag the mouse for selecting that image. You'll see a small dots here. There is many difference between first and second dot, but if we will decrease the width, then the dots distance is also decreased. Okay, now here you can see that we will select that part. Okay, now again we will decrease that like 1. Okay, now here you can see the distance between the dots. It will decrease, but it will not detect the edges. perfectly. So we will increase the width for selecting the edges perfectly. Okay, now the second option in the magnetic lasso tool is our uh, contrast tool. Contrast tool is basically, it is an option designate how strong or weak the edges in the image respond to the magnetic lasso tool. If there is a weak edges in the images, then we will have to increase the contrast percentage. Like here, this is the weak edge in this object, and we have to select that edge. Then we will first increase the contrast like 44%, and here it will easily select that part. Okay, and if we decrease the contrast like 1%, then it will now here you can see that it will not selecting a part easily. Okay, so we have to again increase the contrast for better selection. I'll take this as 10%. Okay, now the next option in the magnetic lasso tool is our frequency. Frequency option determines how often the magnetic lasso tool will place the points. If we enter a higher value, more points will be placed as you drag the tool on the edges of the area or select. If we increase the frequency, like it has right now 57%, and if we increase as 100, then you will see there is many dots are there. More the frequency, more the better selection. You'll remember this one. Okay, now and today we will discuss some basic tools like rectangular or single row tool or elliptical magnetic lasso tool. Okay, and we will also discuss the basic knowledge of move tool or basic knowledge of the selection tools. Like first one is lasso tool, second is polygon lasso tool, and third one is the magnetic lasso tool. Okay, these are the basically selection tools, and we have more options for selecting the image. In the next tutorial I will discuss some basic knowledge of our quick selection tool, how to use this quick selection tool, and the use of the magnetic wand tool. What is the use of these tools and the shortcut command? And one more thing, the shortcut command for lasso tool is our L key. Press the keyword L for selecting the lasso tool. Okay, now so we will discuss today the basic knowledge of the lock sign, and what is the use of the smart object, and how to use this smart object. Okay, and some tools like rectangular tool and move tool or lasso tool. So that's it for today. Thank you.
So guys, if you like my video, then please hit that like button, and if you are new on my channel, then please subscribe to my channel and don't miss to press that bell icon. And if you have any query or anything else, then please comment below, and see you next time in my next video. Till then, bye bye.